Thank you so much for staying tuned. Welcome to the Garden of Cars. It's time for us to do auto. And the auto segment today, of course, features Ayo Sofela of Automedics. Always a pleasure to have you here.
Good morning.
Good morning. Okay, so Ayo, what are we talking about today?
We're going to be looking at how to properly refuel your car.
How to properly refuel your car. Fantastic.
Because
Okay.
a lot of people will be like, buying fuel is just driving into a filling station. Exactly.
Yeah.
But there's actually a way to do it.
Wow.
I see a lot of people driving into filling stations, their engine is running. Apart from your car, it's not even safe keeping your engine running in a filling station.
Okay.
Now you're actually supposed to turn the engine off.
Okay.
Then the attendant opens this cap.
Okay.
This is what the fuel cap looks like.
Okay.
I have it here. And you
Okay.
can see it's written there, tighten properly or your check engine light may come on.
Oh, okay.
Now, if you don't tighten it properly or if you leave the engine running while you're buying fuel, you run the risk of having the check engine light pop up. Because at that point when the engine is running, there's a monitoring system that's going around the whole vehicle to monitor for leaks, for problems here and there. So once this cap is open, the monitoring system sees that there's a leak in your fuel system because you definitely have vapors escaping from here.
Oh, wow.
That will
Okay.
put the check engine light on. So
Okay.
that's one of the proper ways to refuel your car. Make sure your engine is turned off
Okay.
before you do that. Then another thing is people buying full tank. Now, full tank is one thing. Overfilling your tank is another thing.
Ha.
I see people
I have
buying
witnessed
fuel
people-
and then
yeah, and
it's
it's
pouring
pouring,
out
yeah.
and they are rocking the vehicle
Yes,
to
now,
make sure
like trying to push it in case there's a scarcity now.
all the fuel gets into all the nooks and crannies of the tank,
Oh
right?
my goodness.
Well, that's actually wrong. You're not supposed to do that. Once you're buying fuel, the first click of the nozzle when it's full is where you're supposed to stop. Because you're supposed to have extra space in the tank for expansion. If you don't,
I'm actually curious about the side effect of this. What does it do?
okay, there's a channel from the fuel tank that goes into the engine.
Okay.
A hose that takes vapor. It's actually supposed to take fuel vapor into the engine.
Yeah.
Now, when you overfill it, you take liquid fuel all the way back there. So you see at times people buy fuel, they finish filling up their tank
Yeah.
and then the car will not start.
Yeah.
That's
true.
because you've overfilled it. Fuel, liquid fuel has gone all the way into the engine and started filling up the cylinders. So you have to wait for a couple of minutes, sometimes 30, sometimes 45 minutes before the car would eventually
then,
start.
and then you'd be like, why didn't you just put it
In
off
fact,
from
you
the
blame
beginning?
the filling station.
Oh my goodness, I never even knew this was a major problem.
Exactly.
I had no idea. But it doesn't damage the engine now, does it?
It will not damage the engine, but it will inconvenience you as the driver.
So the time you could have used to switch off, you eventually have to do that.
Switch
turn
off,
it
then
off.
just fill to the normal level.
Okay.
Except your fuel system has an issue where the nozzle keeps clicking off every now and then. But if it doesn't, once you're buying fuel and you tell the attendant, okay, fill my tank,
Yeah.
and it clicks off the first time, that's where you're supposed to stop.
Okay, so you know sometimes people just stand around, or you're sitting down with whoever your passenger is gisting. You've told him fill my tank, and Uncle is like, I have
must
one
sell.
job. And so how can you even let him know that, oh God, this is what you're supposed to do, right?
You're just supposed to pay attention.
So you
Just
should
pay
leave whatever it
attention,
is you're
leave
with.
whatever it is you're doing and
and
pay
focus on
attention
it.
while you're buying fuel. Once the nozzle clicks off the first time, just tell the attendant to stop there.
Okay, okay. So what else do we need to know?
Then closing this cap. Hear that click, right?
Yes,
It's
I
supposed
heard
to
the click.
click like that.
Okay.
If it doesn't click at any time while you're trying to close it, it means that you can have vapors escaping from here, which is
Okay.
dangerous to the environment and also dangerous to your fuel system. Because if you have someone come close to the car and the person is probably smoking, you have fuel vapors escaping
And
from
that's
there.
dangerous
It's
because
very
it will cause
dangerous. So it's
fire.
always important to make sure that it clicks when you close
So
it.
if you do, I just have to quickly ask this before we move on. What about people that are using nylon or paper to cover it?
That's a risk.
It's a risk.
It's a serious
problem.
risk, especially at downfalls. It's a serious
And you know,
risk.
nah,
You have anybody come close, smoking or anything, you're running
explosion
risk.
immediately.
Exactly.
So you see, these are some of the hazards in the society. You just see somebody's vehicle explode. These are little things that actually cause it. Thank you so much for being on the show, Ayo Sofela. She's from Automedics, and it's always a pleasure to have her on the show.